Yes, guys, Sham here from Be Real Boxing, and we are going to be breaking down the fight between Deontay Wilder and Andy Ruiz Jr. So they're very close at the moment to getting signed, and I'm going to be breaking down these absolute mammoths in the boxing world. So Deontay Wilder, Andy Ruiz, they both got advantages and disadvantages, and I think it's a closer fight than what people realize. I recall a very long time ago when Andy Ruiz didn't even have the tattoos. I touted him as one of the most prolific boxers in the heavyweight division, and it turned out that he really did prove that against Anthony Joshua. Deontay Wilder, obviously that one hit knockout that he's got in that right hand has helped him again and again and again. But let's talk about Deontay Wilder first, because Deontay is a very deceptive fighter. The reason he's deceptive is because you look at his lack of fundamentals, thinking that he's not a threat in terms of his boxing skills. But there's more than one way to skin a cat. And in boxing, skill is measured in different departments. Okay. So Deontay is actually a very skillful boxer, but not in the way you might think. See, his weapon is his right hand. And Deontay's entire game plan functions around the right hand. Now, you may be thinking, well, why doesn't Deontay just throw the right hand? If he throws it more, he'll land more. It doesn't really work like that, because it's like this. If you keep showing your weapon over and over, the person's going to become wary of it. So what Deontay's worked on over the years is a delivery mechanism to deliver that right hand, boom, down the pipe. Because Deontay is one of the most prolific punchers in boxing history with that one-hit knockout that he has. So what Deontay does, he has different ways of disguising his right hand. Now, when he's fighting like someone, Andy Ruiz is going to be lower, use his head movement, he's going to slip a lot. And as Deontay tries to throw that right hand, Ruiz is going to slip, he's going to be able to counterpunch Deontay. And we've seen Ruiz can punch. Now, Deontay has a good chin. Deontay does have a good chin. But when you look at these two fighters together, and you look at Deontay with that sniper long right hand coming down the pipe, people think that he's going to land it. But the question is, can he land it in time? Or will Andy Ruiz get the better of Deontay Wilder? That's the question, right? Because we know Deontay can't outbox Andy Ruiz. That is a very difficult task. Because let me tell you, Andy Ruiz, he's a bit slow on his feet, but he's got good footwork. Deontay is perhaps quicker on his feet, but he has bad footwork. So Deontay, when he, and I want to reiterate this, absolute massive respect to for both fighters. I'm just analyzing the fight, right? So if you look at Deontay Wilder's footwork, I can't show you my feet here, but if you look at his footwork, he is very flat-footed. Malik Scott has been working on the footwork a lot with Deontay. And Deontay can dance around that ring a little bit, but because he hasn't put in a lot of road work over the years, because he hasn't built from the bottom up, his muscles are a little bit, they're not well coordinated for boxing. He doesn't have the muscle memory. And I always said this, that someone like Tyson Fury has been boxing from a very young age. Andy Ruiz has been boxing from a very young age. And the body is all about muscle memory, okay? And if you look at the likes of Deontay Wilder, he doesn't have that subconscious neurological system geared towards boxing. So what do I mean? So I've said this before in the previous video. If you are benching, I've got a bench here behind me, right, and a squat rack. If I bench, and then I have an operation, my central nervous neurological system will be broken. And when I try to lift that bench, it'll go here, it'll go there, it'll go everywhere, because my body doesn't recognize the muscle movement, because my central nervous system and my neurological system, the internal system of my body gets completely annihilated, right? So yes, guys, Sham here from Be Real TV. I am very sorry for interrupting your video. Just do me a quick favor. Click the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And please go to the bell notification icon and set it to all. When you're looking at Deontay, he hasn't been in boxing all his life. So what he should have learned from a very young age, he's trying to make up for that now. But it's very difficult, because the mind when you're a child is like a sponge. That's why it's very important that you get involved in boxing early. So let's go back to the analysis, right? I'm getting off topic a little bit. So Deontay's footwork is a little bit hit and miss, right? He can move on his feet. He's working on it. And we saw in the last fight, he was working on the back foot trying to counterpunch. The problem is, when you come up against a boxer like Andy Ruiz has all the fundamentals that you could ask for from a fighter. He has very good boxing. He's extremely fluid. He doesn't need to think. He's got the muscle memory. He is Tyson Fury-esque in that department. He has all the muscle memory. He's got everything in here. He's been doing it for a very long time, and he's got a good tank, and he's got fast hands as well. Deontay's hands are quick, but they're not quick in the same way as Andy Ruiz. Deontay can deliver his right hand from point A to point B extremely quickly. But as we were saying, right, he's got to disguise it, and he's manipulating the delivery mechanism of the right hand. So if you think about it, when Deontay is in there with Andy Ruiz, his focus is going to be keep Andy Ruiz on the outside, be on the back foot, let Andy Ruiz come in because he's a shorter fighter. Malik Scott is going to encourage Deontay because he's been working on it, back foot boxing with Robert Helenius, right? Catch him on the counter. And this is what they're going to do against Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz, let him come in, get him frustrated, bang, catch him on the way in. That's why they're wanting Andy Ruiz, because they've been working on the counterpunch, okay? Deontay Wilder has traditionally, I would say he's been a more front foot fighter, but they've been working on this, especially after the loss to Tyson Fury. And they say, right, a loss makes you stronger if you analyze and acknowledge the problems that you've got. And we saw a big improvement from Deontay from the second to the third fight. So is he going to bring that into this fight against Andy Ruiz? Well, if you look at this, right, Andy Ruiz, like I said, he's the better boxer, okay? But he hasn't got the reach. He's got to use his head movement. He's got to get on the inside. And he's got to outbox the taller boxer. Now, I know people don't give Deontay a lot of credit when it comes to his boxing, but he did box that short, fat guy with the dreadlocks. I forget his name, right? I can't remember his name. When he won the title, I think it was, right? He boxed him, and then I think they fought twice, and he knocked him out in the second fight. In the first fight, he boxed him clinically. In the second fight, finished him off in devastating fashion. I forget his name. I'm a casual boxing fan, guys. So, you know, I'm not a hardcore boxing fan. I just want to reiterate that. So, look. Deontay, he's going to be boxing Andy Ruiz on the back foot. Andy Ruiz is going to be using head movement. He's got a nice jab, right? But he's not as quick on his feet. And this is the difference between Fury and Ruiz. Is Fury has exceptional footwork. He's got amazing footwork. When Fury dances around that ring, we might as well be watching Prince Naseem Hamed, because Fury can switch southpaw, orthodox. He's a magician in the ring. Is Tyson Fury. He is truly a magician in the ring. He will do things where he moves around with his footwork. He'll use his shoulder roll. He's a tall fighter, rangy fighter. That's not the stuff that Andy Ruiz has got. But this is the thing. Deontay and Tyson Fury were 50-50 in that third fight. 50-50, but Tyson Fury wasn't at his best in that third fight because he had the problems with his child. If that was 100% Fury, I think it would have been a different story, and it would have been a much more clinical, devastating win for Tyson Fury. But back to Wilder versus Ruiz. So, like I said, back foot boxing from Deontay Wilder. He's going to be controlling Ruiz. He's going to be trying to control the head, right? Blinding Andy Ruiz. So let's talk a little bit about the mechanism of delivery of Deontay Wilder of the right hand. Well, what he does is he will blind you with the left birdie with the hand. So if you're constantly getting this, see this, he's blocking you, you can't see what's going on, right? Blocking, right? He's parrying some of the shots that Ruiz is throwing. He's tapping the hand down of Ruiz. And remember, Ruiz is punching upwards. It's going to hurt his shoulders. He's going to get tired, but Ruiz has been used to that. He's been boxing this way since a child, right? So Ruiz will be coming in, spear jab this way, head movement, right? Bop, weave, slip, roll, right? Using all this. Jab to the body, come up to the head. He'll be using all them shorter fighter skills to try and get in on Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is going to be on the back foot, jab, right? Check left hook, okay? All the back foot boxing Deontay is going to try to do. He's going to try to use lateral movement on the ropes. The question is, can Deontay Wilder sustain this? Because Andy Ruiz has a better engine than Deontay Wilder. But Deontay carries power late into the fight, and this is where I think it's going to get really difficult for Andy Ruiz. So Andy Ruiz will be the pressure fighter. He'll be stepping back a little bit, right? Watching Deontay's, blinding long lead hand. And Deontay, what his aim is going to be is just to land that straight right like he did against Luis Ortiz. Now, if you look at the Luis Ortiz fight, we saw that Luis Ortiz gave Deontay a lot of problems in that fight. He hurt him. He had him going. Referee stepped in, gave Deontay a bit more time. He was a bit more on his side, so on and so forth, right? But they had 2 fights. But ultimately, in the second fight, Luis Ortiz was outboxing Deontay, and then bang, right? And the way he did it, blind, hand, push the hand down, blinded him, bang. Because remember, when you got high guard like this, and you're coming like this, right? This is your defense, and somebody's pulling your hand down, right? Blinding you, and then throwing the jab out. You're thinking a jab's coming, blinding you. All of a sudden, boom! It's going to knock you out. And Ruiz has to be wary of that. Now, Ruiz has also faced Luis Ortiz. And from what I remember, casual boxing fan, right? So don't criticize me if I get things wrong. Luis Ortiz went pretty much 50-50 with Ruiz, or it was a close fight until Ruiz, did he knock him out? I know he knocked him down, but did he knock him out? But I know he got several knockdowns. And I do believe through the stretch of the fight, Ruiz got the better of the fight, right? So, but it was a close fight. And this is the thing, Ruiz is the better boxer out of Luis Ortiz and Andy Ruiz. He's the better boxer out of the two. He's quicker, younger, faster, and he's got... Now, I'm not saying that Ruiz is technically better. I think they're similar technically, but I think with the youth, the speed, and even the experience on the elite level, you know, Andy Ruiz is up there because he's faced Joshua 2 times now. And he's been in with different trainers. He's trained with Eddie Reynoso. He's trained with the guy who wears the denims. Remember, casual boxing fan, I can't remember any of these people's names anymore. But he's learned a lot of skills in the boxing game as Andy Ruiz. He's been in it a long time. So my thing is this, the way Andy Ruiz has to win this fight is that when he goes up against Deontay and Wilder's constantly sticking that lead left hand out at him, I think Andy Ruiz shouldn't take this fight too late. I think he needs to go for a kill. I really do. I think that if he faces Deontay and he tries to outbox Deontay Wilder, I think he will get knocked out late rounds. I think it'll be a difficult task for him to last 12 rounds against the mega puncher that Deontay Wilder is, because Deontay can really hit. He can really hit, can Deontay. And the thing is, under Malik Scott, he is developing a range of other punches. They're working on the check hook, right? They're working on the check left hook. They're working on the jab, right? And let's talk about Deontay's jab a little bit. So they're working on different variations of the jab. So with the jab, right, Andy Ruiz, I don't understand, right, why Andy Ruiz, one of the best jabs in boxing was what Mike Tyson used to throw. So Mike, what he would do, he had a very strong jab because it used to be thrown from this dip over here and he'd throw it as a spear jab. When you throw a spear jab, you're rotating from left leg into it that way. And Mike Tyson used to throw this, and we don't see that from Andy Ruiz because he is a shorter fighter. I think Teddy Atlas and I think if Andy Ruiz was under Custody Amato, my God, you'd see a fierce fighter. But he doesn't really throw the spear jab. But his jab, Andy Ruiz's, if you look at it, it's more dip low to the body, to the head. For a shorter fighter, it's absolutely critical you have a good jab. The jab is more important for a shorter fighter than it is a tall fighter. I'll explain why. A tall fighter, he can throw the right hand, he can throw hooks at range. And you can fight at range if you're a tall fighter, meaning at a distance. If you are a shorter fighter, you have to get in on the inside. How do you get on the inside? The way you get on the inside is through variations of the jab, because the jab will keep your opponent at bay and it will allow you to work your way inside. If I try to just go in and I'm not giving my opponent anything to worry about, it's like if you're in a war and you need cover, one person will get there going, pop, 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 give you cover as you go running forward. It's the exact same thing in boxing with a short fighter. You've got to use your weaponry to get inside. You've got to use your machine gun jab. Bang, 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 right? Get in, dip, jab, jab, inside. Use your footwork, right, to come back, right? Head movement, here we are. Jab, jab, get inside, right? Head movement at the same time. Jab, dip, dip, slip, slip. Come on and get in the inside. Once you're in the inside, unload on the mother. Boom, 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 boom. And this is the thing. Deontay is not a good inside fighter. He cannot fight on the inside. Absolutely not. If Andy Ruiz gets on the inside, corners Deontay to the ropes over and over again, unloads his body shots, unloads his uppercuts, Deontay is going to be in a lot of trouble on them ropes because Ruiz has extremely quick hands. If you look at the knockdown with Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua, if you look at that knockdown, Where did it happen, the first one? Well, Joshua had Ruiz hurt with the left hook, but he got counterpunched on the inside. It was the inside fighting. In boxing, you have to, if you look at Floyd, you look at Mayweather Jr., the great artist that is Floyd Mayweather Jr., right? The prodigy of Floyd Mayweather Sr., Philly Shell. That guy, the reason that Floyd is such a fantastic fighter, the reason he's such a fantastic boxer is because Floyd, when he's on the outside, mimics Muhammad Ali. People think, what, Muhammad Ali, really? Well, you tell me. Where did Floyd get the pullback counter from? Who threw the pullback counter? If you know your boxing, historically, remember, I'm a casual boxing fan. I don't know shit about boxing, right? If you look at your boxing, who threw the best pullback counter in the history of boxing? You got 3 seconds. And if you get it, I want you to leave a comment in the section down below if you actually got it. And I'm going to tell you who it was. It was when Muhammad Ali knocked out Sonny Liston. And that famous photo where he's there is with Muhammad Ali, also known as Cassius Clay, I believe he was known at the time, when he knocked down Sonny Liston with that Ghost Phantom punch. Because he pulled back, literally made the opponent miss by a split second, by a split inch. Boom! Counter right hand. Knocked Sonny Liston down, knocked Sonny Liston out. Where did Floyd get that from? He got it from Muhammad Ali. So Floyd Mayweather has shades of Ali when he is on the outside, when he's boxing. And this is what made Floyd beautiful. Because Floyd, when he boxed, he would box you at range. He would use his boxing prowess, you know, box you, jab, use all his skills. He'd use a check hook and maneuver around. He'd dance around the ring, do everything, right? Because Floyd Sr. is a massive supporter and fan of Muhammad Ali. He did paintings on him. So he embodied that. But then when Floyd Joy Mayweather Sr., if that's his name, Floyd Mayweather Sr., he got shot. So he had to learn the Philly Shell of, what's the short? No, he's not short, but the black guy, Philly Shell, bald head, talks with a slur, I forget his name. Philly Shell guy, right? I'm really turning into a casual boxing fan. But if you look at his Philly Shell that he uses, one of the best Philly Shell fighters, he fought Roy Jones Jr. as well, and Antonio Tarver and them guys. But if you look at his Philly Shell, the guy who I'm talking about, someone leave it in the comment section because I'm a casual boxing fan, I don't remember. He would utilize that Philly Shell but very well, where he'd use it on the inside. And Floyd is also a fan of, I'm forgetting all the names of all these fighters. That really good fighter who fought Chavez, I can't remember, and he didn't get the win. Sorry, casual boxing fan, guys. I'm gonna get back into it and start learning. My apologies. I've got no excuse. But you see, what I'm trying to get at is Floyd had the ability to be able to use the Philly Shell stationary, so he didn't have to use his footwork. This is the problem with Deontay. When Deontay gets on the inside, you get up at his chest, he doesn't know what to do. We saw that in the Fury fight. You get Wilder onto the ropes, Wilder will not know which way is up, which way is down, which way is left, which way is right, because Deontay cannot at all throw a left hook, uppercut, right hook. He can't box on the outside. He can't box on the outside. Ali wasn't an outside boxer either, but the difference with, wasn't an inside fighter either, but the difference between Ali and Wilder is that, I'm not comparing the two, but Ali would be on the outside boxing throughout 12 rounds on his feet. Wilder doesn't have that ability. He doesn't have the stamina, he doesn't have the legs for it. So this is where it's going to get difficult for Wilder, because if you look at Andy Ruiz and he starts getting close up, Wilder isn't a Mayweather where he can switch it up on the inside, right? When you fight on the inside, you need to be able, if you're a boxer, you need to be able to catch punches on the inside, defend, block, counter punch, catch up here, right hook, catch up here, left hook. Yeah, because think about it, right? These are little tricks. If somebody's throwing a left hook over here, you block it. You block it this way over here, Danny Garcia style, right? You block up here, right? That person, he's throwing a right hook at you. You've blocked it. He's open. He's open here. You've got to be able to block here, left hook, short, bang, bang. You've got to be able to get out of the way, pivot out from the ropes. You've got to be able to come on the inside. Someone's up at your chest. You've got nowhere to go. It's a close fight. You've got to win. You've got to have the ability to be able to squat down, bang, uppercut. You've got to be able to squat down, bang, right hook. You've got to be able to block on the inside and counter punch. Deontay has none of that ability. When Deontay fights on the inside, you see him doing this type of stuff. because he hasn't got the ability to be able to, he hasn't got the muscle memory. The muscle memory is what I'm talking about. He doesn't have this muscle memory. Tyson Fury has it. Tyson Fury, the way he beat him and the way he beats a lot of these shorter fighters like Steve Cunningham, he'll lean on you, bang. He'll lean on you, bang. He will come on the inside and throw all these array of punches. You're thinking, what the hell is going on? And then he'll get on the outside and he'll start using his boxing. He'll bang, bang, move around like this and do all this crazy ass shit what Tyson Fury does. Deontay hasn't got that ability. So when he gets Andy Ruiz on his chest and Andy Ruiz is on the inside, he's opening him up. You could see Deontay actually crumble in real time in that ring. He's got a massive amount of heart. So to get Deontay Wilder out there is going to be some kind of challenge. So anyway, look, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I've got another channel called Be Real TV, which is the traditional channel. I'm doing podcasts on there. Make sure you follow that channel. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's been a good breakdown for you. I don't want to go on and on and on, but I think it's a very good fight. I think it's very, very hot in here. I really want to turn the fan on. But if you look at this fight, okay, between Deontay Wilder and Andy Ruiz, if it goes down, I truly think this is a fantastic fight. I think if Andy Ruiz gets on the inside and gets Deontay on the ropes, attacks the body, breaks the body down early, bulldozes him, uses his tank, takes it mid to late rounds, you could see Deontay Wilder crumble within about 6 to 8, within round 6 to 8. But as always happens in Deontay Wilder's fights, it is one punch and the fight's over. Just one right hand, bang, he has a one-hit knockout like I've never seen in the history of boxing. Even George Foreman, Ken Norton, all of them, nobody had the right hand with the speed, the effectiveness, and the power that Deontay Wilder does. Nobody, absolutely nobody. Massive amount of credit to Deontay. I love both fighters. I hope they get it on. I hope it happens in Saudi Arabia. I hope they make a whole lot of money. And I would love to see this fight. Really looking forward to it. Deontay Wilder, Andy Ruiz Jr., please leave your comments in the section below and let me know what you think of the fight. Let me know who you think is going to win the fight. And let me know why. Let me know about my breakdown if you liked it, if you enjoyed it, and if you what are the videos you guys want me to do. Sham here from Be Real Boxing, Be Real TV. I'm out.